It's the 3rd of April 2022, and here are some notes for me to look back on and laugh at in the future. I've got a bit of a cough for some reason. First off, I bought a stand for a screen so it can be in front of me like any normal person, so I don't have to twist my neck around to look at the computer monitor. It's better having the screen in front of me for a change, although I don't think it's going to help me with my back issues. Oh well. I'm going to get a used large screen laptop instead of that titchy thing that's on it at the moment. Or maybe even a 17-inch picture viewer. They're quite cheap and they come with a remote so you can scroll through your cheat sheets. Anyway, I'm going to think about that over the next few weeks. I still have the urge to start learning new songs before I finish bringing the ones I already have to an adequate level of performance. But I'm going to be strict and limit what new pieces I start and kind of wheel out the old ones before, wheel out the old ones out of the rotation before I bring the new ones in. Bloody hell, I've got a cough for some reason. I've been thinking about how many pieces to learn at the same time, because all the pieces that I'm learning at the moment are really short, just a few bars, so the top 10 is working out quite well. It's my body that's letting me down. My brain can easily compartmentalize 10 separate and different approaches to 10 short little tunes that are only a few bars long. In the future though, I think this would drop to less than half that number as the pieces become longer and obviously more complicated to learn. Eventually, in a few years, I'll probably only have about 2 or 3 or 4 on the go. I wonder how that prediction will play out when I watch this again in 2025. I saw an interesting comment on the internet recently about the different kinds of memory we use to play the piano, or do anything, I suppose. Auditory, one, which is obviously we remember what we've heard. Visually, we remember what we've seen. Tactile, which is more a subconscious kind of memory and requires lots of repetition for it to stick. And also emotional memory, where we cling on to the things that we like doing or seeing. That made sense to me, so I'll be conscious of those things, those facets of brain power in the future. Here's something else that I do, probably anybody does. A song pops into my head and I think, oh, this will sound great for me to learn on the piano. So I search for a few versions of that song to watch on YouTube, and only to think that they actually sound a bit shit on the piano. A good example of this would be Walking the Wild Side by Lou Reed. Imagine playing that at a party, thought I. But actually it's just awful on the piano, in my opinion. Conversely, actually, there are a few songs that I would normally have avoided that sound pretty good in the right hands on the piano. An example of that would be We Are the World by Live Aid. That was quite moving when I heard it played on YouTube, even though I thought the pop song was a bit gay at the time. I still haven't started to knuckle down, pun intended, to the scales and arpeggios as much as I know that I have to. I want to, but my practice time is limited to how much back pain I can endure. At the moment it seems to be about 10 or 15 minutes of playing time at a stretch. Then I have to sit down or lie down or go for a walk to get back to normal, so I can do another few minutes. God, I would just love to sit down for an hour, pain-free, and bash around without even thinking about it. Anyway, things will get better. It's early April 2022, and I'll see you in the next one.